Everybody, here we are, another episode of Small Business Talk with Jerry. I think this is 47, episode 47. So, lucky 47, is that a thing?
I think
it is. It's going to be tonight. So, anyway, I'm Jerry. You know who I am. Craig and Brennan are with us tonight. Craig, why don't you introduce yourself?
Craig, been on before. It's been a minute since I've been on though, so it's good to be back. It's been, I don't know, I was like 35 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while
since I've done one. So.
Yeah, good to have you back. Brennan, welcome in.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me, Jerry. I am Brennan Erickson with Honkamp Payroll, LLC here in Rochester. We are your local leader in payroll, time, and HR technology and services. I've been with Honkamp Payroll, formerly Smart HR, for 7 or 8 years now. My job mainly revolves around sales, and the way that I go about that job is mostly networking and trying to meet as many new people and new businesses as possible to just be able to connect and obviously see if they need payroll, but more so see if there's ways I can connect them to other people.
Awesome. Awesome. So is it rude for the host to criticize the name?
Honkamp?
Yeah, it's like
it's new.
What happened there? Smart HR is
yeah.
good. I like that.
I'm Smart HR. I think, like, I'm not a smart man, but I know what Smart HR is. I have no idea what Honkamp is.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the things when we went through the merge, and it is one of the things that is continuously talked about. The name is possibly under review. So there may be some news coming up with that. I'm not involved with that decision. But yeah, Honkamp Payroll is located in Dubuque. So its headquarters, I would say, is in Dubuque, Iowa. And
Iowa.
Iowa, right.
Represent.
And here in Rochester, we remain.
Explain some of it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. They started as a CPA firm and got into sort of the UKG partnership a couple of years ago. Smart HR was.
Wait a minute. I'm going to slow you down.
Sure.
UKG partnership.
Yes,
what's
sure.
UKG? Tell me what that is.
Yeah, so UKG is the ultimate Kronos group. So UKG is essentially the technology, or the owner of the technology that we sell.
Oh, okay.
Now, UKG is going to be different from the ADP, the Paychex, Paylocities of the world, because they directly will not work with businesses of less than 1,000 employees. So they have a partner.
Wow, those little businesses.
I know, right?
Those guys.
So there are
that small little 750 employee company.
Yeah, those little
Screw
guys.
you guys.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say that small is an opinion.
Yeah.
Employee count is an interesting thing for sure. But they don't work with any companies like that. So they have a partner network, and the reason they do that is because we at Honkamp Payroll and Smart HR can actually service those clients a little bit better than the call centers that most big clients are going to get into, or the ADPs of the world who will work with a business of 5 employees and then essentially provide them with no service or help. So UKG is the technology that we resell. UKG is the technology that's in the Mayo Clinic. So it's obviously advantageous for us to be in Rochester, be able to offer that same level of technology to those quote unquote small to mid-sized businesses.
Those little 700.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so was Honkamp, was that you said it was a PCA, was that the name of the CPA firm?
It is, yeah. So Honkamp, I would say, still exists, a CPA firm in Iowa. And then for a long time, they were partnered with a company called iSolved. So iSolved is another payroll technology that exists. They kind of wanted to remove themselves from payroll back in 2018. So they ended that partnership with iSolved and then signed a 5-year NDA and essentially got back into the payroll game with a partnership with UKG. So they grew very rapidly in their first couple of years, signing a lot of business. And they had a team full of people that weren't super familiar with UKG. So they acquired Smart HR because we have a team here in Rochester where I am the shortest tenured employee, and I've been there 8 years.
Nice.
So
and Smart HR started here, right?
It did, yeah. So Smart HR started as the back office solution, basically, for the A-Strip Drug Corporation in Austin.
Oh yeah.
So Josh and Joel, who were owners of Smart HR, started as essentially like the executive director, finance manager for Smart HR in the A-Strip Drug Corporation. once they really figured out what they were doing internally, they were able to then offer that technology and the service that they provide to smaller businesses in that area. They did eventually move to Rochester, and then Josh and Joel bought the business in April of 2020. So great timing. But luckily, we had a steady group of, a steady list of clients already. And one of the best things about us is that our clients really don't leave us. So our client retention rate year over year is upwards of 98% typically. And again, that goes back to the customer service that we can dive into. Simply answering the phone when businesses call. It's a lost art anymore.
It really is.
Yeah, specifically in payroll and HR. It's a 507 number that you call, not a 1-800 number, and you talk to someone who's been with us for 14 years. You talk to the same person every time. We are available during business hours. Payroll is one of those things where if there is a mistake or if there is a question, you kind of want it resolved now,
right?
So people can get paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys do payroll, and you do. What is formerly Smart HR, now Honkamp.
Yes.
What does that all entail? I hear HR, right, and that's like a giant umbrella of stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So payroll is one, but what else? What else do you guys do?
So it really depends on the size of the business. So my job is to go in and discover how the business is managed as far as employees are concerned. So first and foremost, we're a payroll company. So as a payroll company and a third-party processor, at our simplest, your employees, say you have 5 salaried employees, they get paid the same amount every pay period. We provide the ACHs, so we transfer the money from the business bank account to the employees. We pay all associated taxes. We file quarterly and year-end tax reports, and then we provide W-2s at the end of the year. We keep our companies or our clients compliant. Naturally, in 2026, PFML passed. That's a payroll tax, so that is something that we manage for businesses. We work with them to answer questions about what that is and how it works.
And where the money's going to go?
Yeah, and where the money goes. Does it come from the employer? Does it come from the employee? It all really depends. So that's really in our simplest form. That's what we're doing for businesses. So we provide technology. So I said, we are a technology provider. So that gives access to all people within the organization to information. For most people that work for the business, it's their own information. They can view pay statements. They can change their direct deposit. They can fill out a W-4. They have access to their accrual balances, whether that is vacation or earned sick and safe time, another one. So those things are all available to the employee, and then they can manage it themselves. So they don't have to go to somebody in the organization and hand them a voided check and say, can you change my direct deposit? They don't have to request a W-2. They don't have to do any of that. It's all digital. It's all in the system, and it's available on their phone.
So they just pull it from your software.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. So it is a cloud-based technology, so people can just access it from wherever they are, including the mobile app on the phone in their pocket.
So then how do you integrate with like my accountant?
Yeah.
When it comes time to year end.
Mm-hmm.
So then you funnel all that payroll information to them and the W-2s so they can do taxes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So as far as like W-2s are concerned or your accounting is concerned, we integrate fully with essentially any accounting software. I would say QuickBooks is the most common.
Sure.
So we do integrate fully with QuickBooks Online, basically just sending that journal entry for payroll directly to your QuickBooks Online. If it is a situation where you're utilizing something else or it's QuickBooks Desktop, we would basically just provide an export that is imported directly into whatever software that is. If it is QuickBooks Desktop, it's just an IIF file. So yeah.
What?
Keep saying this, Mike.
I know. I'm gonna keep.
Oh, did I even hear it? I heard that one. I heard the first one.
I might set a record. Yeah, you mentioned.
I don't know. I've been up there a few times.
You mentioned talking with your hands, and you're like, "Do you do that?" You know what? I didn't really realize maybe how much I do. Yeah, fine. But then, in addition to payroll, naturally, there's a lot of other things that are involved with payroll. A lot of businesses have hourly employees. Well, how do they track their time? How do they have their schedule? How do they request time off? So all of those things are included in what we would call our time management module, our time management product. So businesses where it would be a value, naturally it's an added cost in addition to payroll, would sign up for our time management, and that allows employees to clock in and out either on their phone, on a computer, on an actual physical time clock on the wall, and then that time would be totaled and approved by a manager and then synced directly into payroll. So no manual entry of time if you're using the time management module. We have a number of different scheduling tools. We have a basic scheduler, an advanced scheduler, and naturally a place for the employee to go review their hours, take their time off, and a place for managers to go and create a schedule and respond to those time offs as well. So that's the gist of the time management. And then certainly HR technology is ever encompassing. A number of things can fall within that, but at its simplest, I would say it's recruitment, it's onboarding, it's benefits, it's incident tracking, it's performance reviews, it's asset assignment.
Do you do anything with like, does OSHA come into the Broadway? Yeah, I mean, do you do anything?
They're
with, like,
wonderful people.
They are
the way.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wonderful people.
really enjoy OSHA.
Yeah, we
Yes.
do help businesses manage OSHA compliance. Naturally, anything really can be involved in the HR module, depending on what the business is and what they're already doing. So most businesses are managing typical things in an Excel spreadsheet, and so we just give them a platform and a technology to be able to have it in the same place all the time, have access to it no matter what. And then the system is great with notifications and ensuring that people know that they have a to-do item or that they have something that needs to be done. But yeah, in its simplest form, that really is what the HR module is for. It's how do you manage those employees? How do you make sure that they've all read their employee handbook and have signed off on it?
Everybody reads it.
Well, yeah, right. No, exactly. But people can say that they read it. It's different if you say it versus if you actually go and sign off on it and you have a paper trail of, okay, you said that you read this and signed it. We have companies that come to us and say, like, we had to deal with a wrongful termination suit. We say, well, how's your employee handbook? They say, our what? And so that's one of the first things that we recommend for any new business hiring.
Would you create that? Okay.
Yeah, really good question. It is something that we do offer as HR consulting. So that is outside of system. Again, we're a technology and services company. So services that we would offer would be HR consulting to really any business. They don't have to be a technology partner of ours. So we do have HR people on our team that write those employee handbooks. They can revise. They can make them from scratch. Really, sort of meet you where you're at with your employee handbook situation. So that's something we've always offered. And now, luckily, with the merge and with the acquisition from Smart HR to Honkamp Payroll, we're now able to offer outsourced HR services. So it's essentially an ASO model, which would be Administrative Services Organization. So with our technology, someone in your organization or your business has to manage the technology. They have to approve the timesheets. They have to approve the payroll. They have to submit all of the information. They've got to do all of the administrative work that goes along with the technology. Well, now we are able to actually serve as that administrative, person or team of people to do that for businesses. So we offer now multiple tiers of outsourced HR services where we will do those things on your behalf. And really that fits in nicely for any business, I would say typically under 50 employees that doesn't have an HR person. They don't have an HR team or an HR generalist. And they might not have a lot of knowledge within the HR world, which is only getting kind of more complicated.
Right.
And so we serve as not only the people that are doing the administrative work, but as a soundboard of any sort of question that a business owner might have, we would answer it. Included in that would be updates on policy. So when things like paid family and medical leave come about, or Minnesota Secure Choice or Earn Sick and Save Time, there's no doubt that you're going to remain compliant with those types of things.
Mm-hmm. So have you guys integrated, or how have you integrated AI into?
Yeah, that's a good question. AI is ever changing. Certainly our system has AI capabilities, and there's more AI capabilities even coming. Every year UKG puts on a conference called PCW where we learn more about sort of what's coming next with the technology. So even though we are the ones building the system for the clients, and the clients don't ever have any interaction with actual UKG, it is a UKG product. So the AI that is intertwined within it is essentially going to be enterprise level. So a lot of the times when we are answering phone calls, it's I'm stuck trying to do this, and I don't know where to go. So a place where AI may start to be integrated in that is sort of
Chatbot.
Chatbot that's basically like, it looks like you're trying to approve timesheets, or it looks like you're trying to go to where all of your time off requests are. Let me help you. And that will eliminate the frustrations of anyone who's utilizing the system themselves, trying to figure out, well, where do I go and how do I do this?
Right.
Naturally, we provide training to all of our clients. We provide user guides and all of that. But when you're just learning a system, it can take some time. Other ways AI may be incorporated, I guess, are sort of up to guess at this point.
Do you think that, like, I would see AI to take over, not take over, I'm sorry, not the right word.
Oh, that's right word.
To, like you're talking, like, with compliance, and make sure that handbooks are in compliance, make sure that, you know, applications or whatever it may be are in compliance with whatever law or whatever state they're in, that they need to be, right? Versus, I imagine that stuff now is done by human eyes, right?
Yeah, certainly it is. Yeah, correct. I mean, we run into businesses where they don't, I've talked to people that they're not sure what earn sick and safe time is, or they're not sure how to manage PFML. And AI could certainly be a help with that, but that is right now all human. So remaining compliant is simply understanding that there is a policy that is written in the state, and being ensured that we are managing it for you. So, for example, in 2024, in January, Earn Sick and Safe Time passed, and it was, it wasn't black and white; it was many shades of gray, and it changed over the entire course of that year. But the idea is that we, as a business, are your HR support and compliance. So we are sending emails and notifications and updates on what is going to be happening with Earn Sick and Safe Time and what it means. So all of our clients received correspondence basically saying that, you have 3 options here with Earn Sick and Safe Time. You can front load 48 hours, you can front load 80 hours, or you can have your employees earn 1 hour for every 30 hours worked, capped at 48. Make your choice. And then they would get back to us, and then we would set the system up individually based on their selection. So that's just really one example. I mean, in addition, every business needs to have those compliance posters, the labor law posters listed, and those are things that we offer with our services too. So there's just included.
You mean you don't have to pay for them when you get that thing in the mail? So it's get your compliance.
$498.
Yeah,
that's correct. They are included. They're included in our services, but they update all the time, and so I mean that is an expense that kind of goes away, but with a partnership with a business like ours. But yeah, it's the guaranteed compliance. That's really our job.
How many people do you have answering the phone? Because you said, like, if I'm a business owner and I'm trying to pay Jerry for doing nothing all day, and then all of a sudden,
well, it's appreciated.
Yeah,
forget that.
Yeah,
he's earned it.
Yeah, maybe. But so if I call you guys up, how many people do you have answering the phone? Because I imagine you got a pretty large client list.
We do, yeah. The answer is all of us. However, the phone system rolls. So we have an all ring essentially. So you dial our service number. We have an office on 3rd Avenue in Rochester in the Ironwood Square building, 3rd floor. Give us a visit. But the phone rings there, and our main service guy is TJ, and if TJ's on the phone or he's out to lunch, or heaven forbid TJ take a vacation or something, the phone's going to roll over, and our implementation manager Brad will likely answer it. If both of them happen to be on the phone, then it might go to Josh or Joel. It might go to Valerie.
And Josh and Joel are still involved.
Josh and Joel absolutely are still involved. Yeah, so they really are. I think their titles now are payroll operations manager and operations manager, things like that. But they are absolutely similarly involved in the business as they were before.
Okay.
So they wore a lot of hats and had the hats of business owners on them. So that's the only part that's really been stripped away. Is I wouldn't say that they're business owners anymore, but they are part of the executive team, and they do still wear the same hats on a day-to-day basis, servicing clients and managing payroll and managing taxes and answering the phones at sometimes. 99% of the time you're going to get TJ. TJ's been doing that job for 14 years.
Wow.
So he's heard all the questions. All of our clients are familiar with TJ. I would like to say that I am the most loved employee at Honkamp Payroll and Smart HR. Unfortunately, it is TJ. So all of our clients get to know TJ. He just gives you what you need. That's just bottom line.
You gotta have that guy.
You do, yeah. He's excellent at it. Mm-hmm.
So he's been there from the beginning.
Basically from the beginning, yeah. He's been doing the same role his entire time, 14 years.
And TJ likes you.
I would
That's
say,
a hesitation.
That's
That's a big hesitation.
I would say that TJ does like me, yes.
Okay,
but if you ask TJ, you might get a different answer. But me and TJ do get along.
If you
TJ, if you
oversell,
listen to this,
that's right.
Comment.
Look,
listen on YouTube and comment.
Yeah, look, over the last 8 years, I've gotten to know TJ pretty well. He's a pretty swell guy.
Right.
I know the team
oversell you.
Yeah.
Does he get you in trouble?
Yeah, absolutely not. Our clients constantly will tell me when I run into them. I was talking to TJ just yesterday. He's probably fed up with how many times I call him, and I said, I bet he's not.
Yeah.
I bet he's not.
That's awesome.
But that's true. You could also comment, TJ, that you kind of are fed up of people like Brennan calling.
Yeah. That's right.
TJ, you can chat me on the side. Let me know if I oversold you. Yep.
Right.
No, that's always it's always an entertaining question when you have the producers versus the sales.
Yeah.
The sales guys make the promises.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
I sell stuff. I'm like, how are you gonna build it? Like, no idea.
Yeah. That's a Brad and TJ
Yeah,
question.
that's right.
Yeah.
I
hear that a lot. I do say that a lot too. But yeah, certainly. Living in the sales world is definitely different than being a customer service person or like your implementation manager, Brad. Because I do say we answer the phone when you call, and that's a big accusation.
Yeah.
That is.
And if we didn't, people would figure that out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right. And so it is one of those things where we have plans in place, and we have service structures in place, and we do our best certainly to follow up on those things. So it is my main job, in my opinion, to not oversell or overpromise and underdeliver.
Yeah.
So expectation is 99% of the law.
It is. Well, and that's like in my world, I tell all the sales guys that come in from the parts stores.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and they're bragging about their part and they're this and they're that. It's like, okay, in that world, I'm sorry, but an alternator's an alternator. There's probably 347 different brands to pick from, but there's like 6 manufacturers.
Mm-hmm.
All these things are coming off of one of 5 or 6 different lines, and it's like all these brands, it's like, don't sell me the parts. Sell me the phone number. Sell me the website that I'm going to go to order this stuff. Because when that website doesn't work, who's going to fix it? And how quickly are they going to answer the phone when I call? Sell me the service, because parts are parts.
Yeah.
And if this company can sell it for $88, so can you.
Yeah.
Just give me a fair price. They don't have to be identical. You don't have to be the cheapest in town, but you got to take care of me. When I have and give me a good website. I've been doing this for 30 years, so I can figure out most of it. But when I get stuck, when I call, you better have somebody good, because you got some guy that's been doing it for 16 days. I'm better than he is. So if I'm stuck, he's not going to help. So it's like when I do need a parts guy, I need a real parts guy. So like having a TJ that's been doing it forever, that's huge for you.
Oh my gosh,
sell that
100%. It is invaluable. The job that TJ does is invaluable, and the rest of our team, obviously.
Yeah. Of course.
Counts. But it's a vast majority TJ, and you absolutely.
How does it not to interrupt?
No, sure.
But how does it change your job if TJ quits coming to work tomorrow and you've got some newbie that isn't TJ? That changes your job a ton.
Well, yeah. It's
changes everything.
It's a main reason why the businesses contact us. Certainly we've built a reputation, but when it comes to payroll, if it's not broke, people aren't fixing it.
Right.
And so when people run into that service issue, the problem is every payroll company is going to say, here is a designated service rep. But those reps have an average tenure or an average employee lifespan of 12 to 18 months.
Yeah.
And so, and then they go somewhere else, they start doing something else. And then you get a new one. And that new one doesn't know you, they don't know your business, and certainly they don't know the answers to a lot of questions. They're reading off of a script. And so that's where most of our complaints come in is, well, I had this great customer service person and now they're gone.
Yeah.
And now I have no service.
Well, the better they are, the faster they move on.
Well, that's exactly right.
that's,
No, 100%.
yeah,
That's exactly
yeah.
right. It's their, that's why they rifle through them. They're
Right.
going somewhere else.
Yep.
I can imagine the other, what the ones that you said, the bigger guys.
Yeah,
they,
ADP, Paychecks,
Yeah,
Paylocity, Paycor.
they have, I assume, just giant call centers, right?
They do. Nope, that's exactly right. Yeah, I
Oh, my name is Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ain't got no TJ,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
No, they
much.
certainly
Time is
don't.
it there, Bob?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1-800 no help most of the time, which is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's a 1-800 number, and you're waiting on hold. First of all, the biggest nightmare is you wait on hold for an hour, which is a waste of time. And then the person that you talk to, you never know. Sometimes maybe you do have a good rep, but if you don't, you get whoever, and they read you off of a script, and then you say what your problem is, and they flip pages, or it's on a screen, or wherever it is, and then they say what they say, and then if you do get to a situation where they have an answer for you and they can help you, and they just have to make a switch in the system, they can't do that. Yeah. They have to submit a ticket to a development team or to someone else that
but
they
now,
have to go in and
TJ do that?
Correct. So TJ,
that's invaluable.
that's exactly right.
Wow.
Well, it's math.
Well, let's be honest.
It's just
if you listen to this podcast before, you know I'm pretty good at math.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I guess I never, but that makes total sense. Like you said, if somebody calls in and TJ knows what he's doing, obviously, and they say, all right, this is my problem, fix it, and he says, okay, yeah, I take this, and then he can just do it.
He just does it on the
phone.
phone.
He doesn't have to go to Joel or to whoever else.
I would say most of the calls that come in only touch TJ. TJ handles it.
All right. Next question.
Yeah.
What do the rest of you do? It sounds like TJ is the only one that's working.
Exactly right. So the rest of us don't do anything.
We're looking for a raise.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We do nothing all day long. TJ answers the phone, services our clients. Nothing else happens. No, a lot of the rest of us. So we have an implementation manager. That's Brad. Brad's been with us over 10 years as well. He creates the system that the client needs. So it's my job, naturally, to go out and meet people and to sell and to describe to them what is available. So I certainly will learn systems they're using, problems they're having, and then I will show them ways in which we can fix them or make them better. And then my promises becomes Brad's job. So the things that I say and I bring to Brad, he builds it. So, if someone's going to be payroll and they're going to be time, are they biweekly? How many employees do they have? All of those different questions. We go through a data gather. So the client will send us information, or if they use ADP or QuickBooks Online, we can gain access to that system and pull everything that we need. Brad's a master at that. He's been doing it a really long time. So Brad implements all of our clients. Then naturally the payrolls need to be run. So we have large ACH files that need to be processed. Certainly we work with some third parties that need to be managed. National Payment Corporation is our ACH provider, and many others that we're working with in order to be able to provide tax payments, provide other payments, do all of those things. So that's kind of Josh and Joel's sort of boat, making sure that processes are in place, the integrations are working correctly. And then we have Valerie, who is our Rochester HR person. And she's been with us for over 10 years as well. So she will, if I have a client in Rochester.
Crazy tenure.
I know, correct. Yeah. We are a big family over at Honkamp Rochester. We are a big family over there. We've been together a long time. But yeah, Valerie will write our Rochester handbooks. She will work with clients on HR consulting, on HR help, things like that. So she's our HR master, I guess, if you will. So all of us really work together really well. We've implemented hundreds and hundreds of clients together, and it's we've become a well-oiled machine of how does this process work. And that's one of the main reasons why Honkamp Dubuque wanted to acquire us in the first place, is because we have all of these processes in place. We have all of this experience within this technology on how we're going to implement clients, how we're going to data gather, and they have a ton of resources. They're bringing a lot of clients to the table too. But we're sort of now sharing resources and also sharing experience and trying to put maybe even some better processes in place across a team that, essentially has two locations doing the same thing and trying to work together in order to do them better.
So, and you guys aren't relegated to Southeast Minnesota, right? I mean,
No.
you can go anywhere.
Yeah,
obviously,
correct. Yeah, so we can do anything in the United States. So we have clients in something over 40 states at this point, and with
Wow.
with Honkamp, I'm not sure if they tag the other 10 or not. But yeah, we can service any business in any state. A lot of my business comes from referrals. So the reason that we're getting clients in, say California or, we have a restaurant in Mississippi. It's simply from a referral. So luckily for us, when I say we do a good job, our clients also think that too. So they will tell their business owner friend, you're having struggles with XYZ, call my guy Brennan. He can help you with the payroll side.
Wow.
And then, my phone rings and start the process all over.
So you don't necessarily have to meet in person. Because like you said, you're just pulling basically information.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Do you guys do any sort of like accounting? I mean, with Honkamp, I mean, because you didn't before.
Correct.
Right?
No, I would say that I'm not selling accounting. We do not do accounting. We do, again, Honkamp does have a CPA firm, but we essentially are not going out of our way and selling that. No. So we actually,
But you can't.
I cannot. At least, I'll say this, at least not yet, I would say. Okay. So, I mean, this merge happened on October 1st, 2025. So we're 5 months in, and we're still learning this and that. And, this HR outsourced HR services is pretty new, at least to us. Honkamp's been doing it for a while, but it's new to us. So we are sort of discovering, where we fit in. But right now, at this moment, no, we do not do accounting. Okay. We have always been very specific about staying within our niche. So we do payroll, we do time, we do HR. We do have some awesome partnerships with accountants in the area because accounting firms provide payroll services. And what we've discovered is most often they're utilizing the same accounting technology to manage the payroll. So like QuickBooks has a payroll tool. Mm-hmm. And so accounting firms will utilize QuickBooks payroll to manage the payroll for their clients, which again, I believe that we can provide a much better product to the accounting firm to offer to the business.
So if an accounting firm is doing that would be a good referral for you, right? If they're doing payroll through the QuickBooks thing, right? Because you guys can manage it and be more efficient at that.
Yes,
right?
100%. Yes, 100%. So I'll put it this way. Our accounting firm partners can manage all of their clients, their payroll clients, using one login and can mass edit payrolls and mass produce steps of payroll at once. With system like QuickBooks or even some others that I have seen, they have to have 60 separate or however many separate QuickBooks accounts.
Yeah, going to every single
one for each client,
yeah.
And then they have to go into them individually, process the payroll, close it out, and go into the next one.
Oh, man.
So it's a process that is tedious and can be difficult. And so, yeah, we currently partner with 4 or 5 different accounting firm businesses where our technology is in the accounting firm. So someone at the firm is logging in and managing the payroll using our system versus using anything else. And then we share the client.
So if someone is currently using QuickBooks, mm-hmm. whatever business, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And they're using it for payroll or whatever. Do you, outside of the accounting portion, they're done with it?
Yeah, correct.
Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, right? So they would essentially eliminate the need for a QuickBooks payroll. Correct.
Well, and to be fair, considering that when you're using QuickBooks payroll, considering you're doing all the work yourself, it's expensive.
Yeah, it is way expensive. Because I had it when I had Mosquito Squad. Because that's how I did my payroll. I didn't have a salary jar.
Yeah, right. And QuickBooks payroll kind of is what it is. Mm-hmm. You can go and sign up for QuickBooks payroll online, and then you enter in your employee information. You enter in any deductions that occur. You enter in your tax rate. You have to provide the ACHs to transfer money into the direct deposits. You have to pay your withholding taxes. You have to pay your Social Security. You do that yourself, and you set it up yourself. And so the main issue that we run into, especially with QuickBooks payroll users who have deductions, is they do the math wrong. The math ends up being wrong. The deductions end up being wrong.
Math.
And our system.
You're talking about Mosquito Squad, right?
I am.
I guess.
I can't do math. Get this guy a calculator.
Right.
Your old days here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, certainly the idea is like we set up the system for you and ensure its accuracy. That is our job. And then
So it takes it completely off their plate.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, all they have to do, any business would ever have to do, is submit hours if they're not using our time management, or if they are using our time management, just approve the hours. They flow directly into payroll. They're submitted to us. Many of our clients process their payroll every pay period in less than a minute, and then we take care of the rest. We are also liable for those tax payments. It's part of our contract. So if we were to ever screw them up, I've been here 8 years and it's never happened, that would be on us. So, I hear people all the time like, oh, we filed late, or we paid incorrectly, or we underpaid. And then they get this fun letter from the IRS.
They love it.
Owe, yeah.
Oh,
They love it. And you get this fun, they say, you owe this much money, plus here's a nice fine for you too. Yeah. And so we get businesses that call us and say, man, I got this document in the mail. What's this mean? It's like, well, unfortunately, we have some tax work to do. But those are, those are good referrals for me too, because that simply goes away. Those fines are more than
when those IRS letters show up. That 60 seconds before you open it or as you're opening it, they're never fun.
No,
they're never
you're saying
good.
A prayer.
Yeah, they're never good. You're not, I bet this is good news. I flipped a coin. I got a 50-50 shot. This is good.
This is probably
they sending me money back.
It's probably a check for me.
Yeah,
it certainly has to be. There's
so
no way I did anything wrong.
What do you find is the biggest hurdle for you as sales for this? What's the pushback? Because to me, like, you and I had a conversation, and I would love to have you for Precision Science, and I spoke to our accounting person about it, and she had some reservations, which I should talk to you off this, because one of the things was like, okay, that should be fixed anyway.
Yeah.
But what's one of the biggest hurdles, or what is the biggest pushback? Is it cost, or is it I just this is the way I've always done it, which is, by the way, an SBR thing. I want to get into like some cognitive way we do business as business owners, cognitive routine, so to speak.
Well, it's and the other side of that, when people don't want to lose control. I would assume that's on the list.
Yeah,
somewhere.
there are certainly many things that are on that list. Number one, I would say first and foremost, every business that has employees does payroll, right? And they're doing it utilizing whatever they have, and they're comfortable with it, and it's good enough. And I get that. I am very much in the world of, if it's not broke, I certainly am not going to sit here and try and fix it.
Right. I got enough other irons in the fire.
Correct. The least of people's worries is how am I processing my payroll. But so I would say that's number one is, we use ADP, it's going fine. Cool. Great. I run into that constantly. Others are certainly about, there have been businesses that I've met with where our system is going to be better. It's going to save them time. It's going to save them energy. It's going to maybe save them a little bit of money. But the time that it will take them and the work that it's going to take them to A, implement it, B, learn it, and then C, like teach their people that it's how it's going to work is most often one of the things that I get. Like, we don't have time to do this. Is what I run into. People are change averse. People become comfortable. Yeah. I'm guilty of it in many aspects of my life. You become comfortable and everything is fine. It might be able to be better, but right now it's fine. Yep. And that's okay. That does happen a lot. One thing I will say in that regard is most of the work within implementation does fall on us. We pull the information. We build the system. Brad builds a system. I say we. It is Brad who builds it. But then I am involved in this part.
No, I didn't mean. No, I didn't mean like you don't do anything. Right? I'm just trying to everybody. Brad does that. And TJ does that.
Yeah.
Valerie does this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to slide. It wasn't a slight to you. That came across as
what are the rest of us doing?
This is why we invite Craig.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why. Right there.
But we do the work. So we're pulling the information. Like, obviously there are some documents that need to be signed, and there are some training sessions that need to be attended. And there is going to be, maybe some growing pains. Things are going to change. But they're going to change for the better. So certainly when I run into people who are looking ahead and are looking for more of a a solution for the long run, we're perfect for them, especially if they're going to be growing and getting bigger. So that is a great place for us to get in. And the best part of it is, if any of these businesses are struggling with the implementation process, we have open lines of communication to discuss what we can do to fix it. So again, that is probably the two main ones I run into is we're happy with what we have, or they're simply just change averse and too comfortable with, or too uncomfortable, I suppose, with making the change right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're coming into Craig's business and he's using ADP or Payroll X or whatever
it is,
whatever it is, or even just QuickBooks.
Yeah.
If you convince Craig to go to lunch with you, and what's your pitch?
Yeah. So most of my pitches are going to start with questions. It's my job to problem solve realistically. So I have transitioned a number of clients that utilize QuickBooks. So I know most likely what his problems are going to be, but I would like him to say them. So it usually starts with, okay, well,
well, that's half the battle. I mean,
right.
Really is to get them to understand.
No, right.
They have a shortcoming.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. Right. And like,
because don't you know, I'm smart as hell. I know everything.
Yeah. Right. And that's, that is one of the things that I'm very passionate about too, is when I sit down with somebody, the first thing that I say has nothing to do with payroll. I'm going to get to know Craig first. Sure. We're probably going to eat lunch first. We're going to have a conversation about whatever we like, and get to know each other a little bit. The world that I live in and the networking world that we all live in, essentially with SBRG, is we all want to work with people we like, know, and trust.
Yeah. 100%.
And if I go into a meeting and I say, you said you use QuickBooks, that's one of the first things I say is, you said you use QuickBooks, what are your problems with it? I just think that's a little bit impersonal.
Yeah.
And so typically I'm going to get to know Craig first. But anyway, that being said, the idea certainly is going to be, well, you use QuickBooks for payroll. How does that go? Like, how's that going? Explain to me your process. And then essentially there's going to be differences between what he's currently doing on a day-to-day or on a payday versus how it would work with us. And so I try to dive deeper into that process and say, how much time does that take you? Or do you ever run into any issue with this? Or who do you call when this happens? Or how do you manage your earn, sick, and save time? Or what's your unemployment rate? Things like that. And essentially solve a problem saying, those are all things that we manage. You don't any longer have to go into a system and pay those taxes. You don't have to go in and submit an ACH payment. Because, I mean, again, like, if QuickBooks, any technology is only going to be as good as how you know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And QuickBooks provides you with no training. It provides you, you may be able to watch a YouTube video, but your payroll's not the same as company X over here. So we hear people all the time saying, oh, I tried to learn how to use QuickBooks, it just doesn't quite do it right. That's why we provide the training that we offer to businesses. So, yeah, again, it's my job to simply go in and problem solve. I ask tons of questions. I talk for too long about answers to those questions and solutions. But, at the end of the day, I try to paint a very clear picture about, this is what your life and your process looks like right now. This is what it could look like with us. And if you find value in that, then let's continue our conversation and see how we can make this work.
Now, of course, everybody in this room is a salesman of some sort, right?
I think every person.
Well, every person, yeah. Right. But you're familiar with Sell Me This Pen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you like 90 seconds.
Okay.
A little exercise in Honkamp sales here.
All right.
I want this podcast episode to generate some business for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So take a few minutes and think about this as we chat. But when you're ready, I want you to give a 60, 90 second, why should someone who's not working with you call you?
Great.
Right?
Yeah.
Because business owners, that's not that every listener is a business owner of this podcast, but I would say a majority of them are.
Right.
It's not a 10% thing. Yeah. This is a better than half thing is going to be small business owners.
Yeah.
So, give just a real world, you don't have us. this is what you're missing out on, or whatever.
100%.
I mean, that's what
Yeah,
you're
no,
so.
Believe it. Yeah, I can answer that right
All
now.
right, let's do it right now.
It's typically threefold reasons why businesses should work with us instead of whatever company that they are working with now. Number one, first and foremost, always is customer service. Number one is going to be customer service.
English is a first language.
Yeah,
like
no,
that in there.
it's no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no other ADP paid, what you name it, that is providing the level of service that we offer. There is no number that you can call that's going to be able to help you the way that we can help you when you have questions. And small business owners have questions when it comes to payroll.
Oh, yeah.
We boast a 99% client retention rate for a reason. And it's because when you call, you talk to TJ, he helps you, and you're done. So that's number one, customer service. Number two is going to come down to actual customization and implementation of the technology. All of the technologies that exist are capable of the same things. Your ADP system can do the same thing as your Paylocity system, can do the same thing as your Honkamp system, realistically.
Sure.
But the idea is that our business and their business doesn't get paid until payroll is run. So a lot of other businesses are trying to get to that point much faster than we are. So our implementation is done.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So
The pay, whatever, ADP and all them. So when you say they don't get paid until payroll's run, because so that's your guys' pay structure, right?
Yeah, right.
This company, which don't need to go into that, don't care.
Yeah.
But so you're saying like they're just gonna, if they can skip a step or two just to get it done quicker. I mean, I'm trying to.
I will say we have seen that, yes.
Okay.
But what we end up running into as far as implementation and customization is something as simple as like accrual rules. How do your employees accrue time? And if those accrual profiles are not set up correctly, and you have a complex PTO, a policy, and it's based on tenure, and it's based on how many hours are worked, and it's based on this, that, and the other. It resets on an employee's anniversary date, and you don't get all of those details because you didn't ask the questions. It's going to be wrong.
Okay.
And then your employees are going to come to you and say, I should have more time off than this.
And ADP doesn't, not to throw them under the bus, but
no, right.
as an example, they just say, oh, well, listen, this is the information you gave us and this is what we did.
That's what we see, correct.
Okay.
So I would say that our implementation is done by a team of people who have been doing it together for, myself, 8 years, Brad, 11 or 12. So we know the questions to ask, we know the information we're looking for, so that it can all be correct. Not only that, when we set it all up, we train you, so you know how to use it.
That's going to be the biggest one.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Or one of the biggest
ones.
So I just had to buy a new phone last week. So the new iPhone.
Got out of the flip phone, did you?
Finally.
I got out of the Nokia.
Yeah.
Brick.
Yeah. Got out of the
They last forever. Wouldn't be surprised.
No, we went to the iPhone 17 Pro.
Dang.
So like $1,100.
Nice.
Now, the only reason I bring this up is because as cool as it is and all the function and all the power that this thing has got, I still make phone calls. I still text. It's easier to text on an iPhone than it was my Motorola Razr, my flip phone. It sure is, because I can talk into it and it spells most things correctly. But at the end of the day, I really need about a $98 cell phone to do what I do,
Right.
And I didn't buy one of those because I'm not very smart. Apparently. I just, but that's the thing, it doesn't matter how cool that iPhone 17 Pro is. I'm going to use about 2.5% of its capability.
100%.
And would I use more of it if I knew how? Probably.
Yeah.
Am I going to put the effort in to learn how? Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, probably not.
100%.
And so if you've got the training, I mean, I didn't have an iPhone rep. When I bought the phone, there's a rep standing there in the store, in the Verizon store.
He didn't show you how to use it?
No, I mean, he's just like, you know how to, you have one, right? Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, they just assume.
Right. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to move on to the next guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I sell you a new case? I mean, that's what he was concerned about, was the stuff he's going to get commission on,
Right.
Yeah, sounds right. But yeah, so the implementation process, it's, you get people to care. Like that's what we do, because when it's wrong, that's on us. And then we get people that call us and they're not happy, and then TJ's, then the TJ has to fix it, right? So we try to get ahead of that as much as possible. So for example, we see, I always ask if someone is with another company, I say, how long did your implementation take? And then usually for any business that's implementing more than just payroll, it's 45 to 60 days. And reason being is because we want to make sure everything is right. That's bottom line. And then we will process the first 2 payrolls together to ensure accuracy, to ensure that we're not forgetting anything. Because no matter what, we can ask all the questions, and then when payroll actually comes along, the payroll manager will be like, oh shoot, I forgot that we do this, or I forgot that last month this happened. And when we're on the call with them doing the payroll together and that comes up, we say, cool, we just do it like this. And we show them and we record these trainings because they're usually on like a Microsoft Teams meeting. So we record them, send them to them. And then in addition, there are user guides, step-by-step instructions, including screenshots of how each thing is done. And those go to managers, they go to payroll admins, and they go to employees. So that's number 2. Number 3, probably cost. Our costs are definitely competitive. Most often we are coming in, I try to provide quotes that compare apples to apples. And then
that's going to be almost impossible.
It is almost impossible, correct. I've looked at so many invoices from other payroll companies and I can't read them. So I don't know what some of these things are saying. So I try to be clear and concise with the quotes. I try to compare apples to apples. So I say, this is what you're doing now. This is what it would cost to do the same thing with us. And then obviously, in most cases, people who are switching payroll companies are adding services too. So they're adding, there we go again. So we're adding time, we're adding HR or whatever that is. And then I show them with that addition, it's going to cost this much additional. So I provide some prospects up to 3, 4, 5 quotes, just depending on what they're looking at doing. So I would say those 3 things: it's service, it's implementation and customization of technology, and it's cost.
Well, I mean, it's just businesses are like children. I mean, they can appear to be the same on the outside. There's no two alike. I mean, they're just not. Yeah. So the customization thing to me would be really important.
Yeah.
And even between your employees, when you have employees that have garnishments, they have child support, they have judgments of some sort, they have something, or they just have, and then this one wants to put this much in this retirement account versus they want the different options. And,
you guys do that. We do split things around.
Absolutely. Yep. So as I'll mention garnishments first. Certainly, if a business owner gets a notification in the mail that one of their employees needs to have garnished wages, we ask that the client just sends it to us. We pull the money, we pay it.
Sure.
It's included in the services we offer. When it comes to
not to interrupt.
Yeah, please keep going. Yeah,
it's my podcast.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. But so so I've got an employee that say he's got child support. I mean, you're not only going to pull that.
Yeah.
You're actually going to write the check and
we pay it. Correct.
So I don't have to deal with that
at all. You don't touch it at all. Exactly.
Oh wow.
See, I was assuming that would be an email going, cut a check and send it here.
Nope.
Cut a check and send it there.
Nope, not at all. Yep, those things are sent directly to us. Yep, we just ask clients to send them to us.
That's number 1
on
your list of 90-second things.
Yeah, you're tired of paying garnishments, come to Honkamp Payroll.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Yeah. If you're that employee, I'm just kidding. But
we'll make sure they have no money.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that for a guy that does his own payroll, that's a big deal.
It is.
Because I again, I should have asked it earlier, but I'm just assuming you do the math.
Yeah.
But then I'd get it, like I said, I'd get an email or a whatever saying, okay, write a check to child support for this guy for this much and this guy for that much. And
So literally, a business owner, when it comes to strictly payroll, doesn't have to touch any of it through you guys.
Yeah, realistically, I would say no. Obviously, I would recommend that they're in tune with all of those things. But realistically,
but I'm saying they go in and they approve everything.
Yeah,
all that same. But like you said, the taxes are done and the garnishments are done.
I will say that we automate as much as possible, as much as you possibly can within payroll. Businesses may pay commissions. We don't know how much people earn in commissions. It's not a part of our system. That has to be entered. If someone has a reimbursement, we certainly have an expense management tool where an employee can request a reimbursement and then can be improved and flow directly into payroll. But even in a situation where they're not using that has to be entered. So there are situations where numbers will need to be entered into the system too. For example, hourly employees, without our time management, hours need to be entered. We aren't in your business. We don't know how much time is being spent on employees.
So when you say like reimbursement, so for me, for instance, for Precision Design, so so I have a company vehicle, but I just pay for the gas,
Sure,
and then I just get a receipt and turn it in.
Sure.
Right. So for something like that, I would just enter it. I would enter it in.
Yeah, you would. It would essentially be on the employee. So expenses and reimbursements work in multiple ways depending on if the employee has like a company credit card or if they are using their own money to do that. And the system is as easy to use as possible. So it's going to ask you, was this your card or was this a company card and you were just simply expensing it, or do you need a reimbursement because you used your money? And then it's going to ask you things like, how much was it? It obviously asks you to submit a receipt. You can leave details,
so that was
all of that type of thing.
Like phone.
Yeah, it's just on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be in your phone. Obviously, it's the whole entire system is cloud based. So we have a mobile app where you can do literally anything that we've talked about, or obviously it's available on computer, tablet, wherever people are accessing the internet from, ideally. But yeah, 90% of our employees are accessing the system from their phone. So entering expenses is super easy. Take a picture of their receipt, upload it into the system. It gets either approved or denied. Yeah, and even when you mentioned mileage, some businesses will pay people to drive or pay for the mileage that they have to drive rather than doing like a gas reimbursement, or maybe they do both, whatever that is. Again, that's an item that can simply be entered into the system. We would tie a rate to miles, and then mileage would be entered, approved, and flow directly into payroll. Again, trying to automate it as much as possible. But I mean, the same is true. Like we talked about garnishments, the same is true for anything. You have a medical deduction, you have a 401k.
Right.
We are a third-party processor, so we can pull the money out of the check, pre-tax dollars from 401k, and then submit those monies to the 401k vendor. On the behalf of the business. Otherwise, it's up to the client how they would like that to be handled.
Right.
But no matter what, we're providing them at least with a report that says, here's what happened this payroll for your 401k, for your benefits, for your health, your dental, whatever it is. And then some of our clients like to have some control and go in and pay those too, and that's okay. But that is a service that we offer. So
like for us, I mean, where I have a guy with child support. We have IRAs. Like at my age, I can put $8,600 a year, into an IRA. So I mean, we have like $165 a week that just gets pulled.
Yep.
Now, there's a question: intervals of pay.
Sure.
That's completely customizable to
Absolutely.
the way the business is going. If you want to do weekly, monthly, biweekly.
Yeah, pay frequency, obviously, most commonly we see biweekly, but yeah, it is completely customizable based on whatever your pay schedule is.
Sure.
So naturally, we need 2 business days to process the payroll and to get the money where it needs to go. So yeah, we have clients that constantly are kind of having to change a pay period because of that grace period, basically. But yes, I mean, it can be any pay frequency.
That can't live more than 8 days on a paycheck.
Yeah, we have a client right now that's switching from biweekly to weekly to make it easier, so that their employees get paid more often. Yeah, same idea.
Got money sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Amen.
Wow.
But yes, like in that case, you have one employee's got this going to child support, and this going to his IRA, and this one's going to the mutual fund for an investment, and all that's you just lay that out.
That's exactly right. And then all of that's going to be in their pay statement. They can review it. We have what happened this pay, what happened year to date for all of those different things. So again, that's basically like the employee's pay profile. So naturally, that's information that we can pull out of the system that was being used, or the information that's provided to us by the client. And then we build all the employee profiles. Everyone has a security profile that says what they can see, what they can do. And just depending on what the business is, they might have multiple managers that manage 10 people and approve time. But the idea certainly is that everyone that has access to the system has a unique experience when they access it based on their employment.
What kind of security protocols do you have to deal with then to make sure that money doesn't disappear? I mean,
100%.
That $800 paycheck doesn't go $875, but only $800 goes to the employee, and the 75 just vaporizes.
So we have always gone through multiple audits per year to ensure security of the system. Obviously, it is cloud-based, so we are subject to any of those kind of things.
Sure.
Hackers, name it. So we are required, naturally, to go through a SOC 1 audit, and then we internally do a SOC 2 audit as well. So we're audited twice a year as far as like confidentiality and system and information is concerned.
Sure.
In addition to that, in our system, you have to have a password that is 15 characters long. Luckily,
I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9.
it has specific rules as well.
8, 7,
You
6,
can't
5,
just
4,
enter a
3,
bunch
2,
of
1.
numbers. But yeah, I mean that's a huge part of it is, when someone, and if the great thing is if someone does have an iPhone, or it sounds like maybe you're an Android user,
Yes.
you can simply
It's a stone tablet. is
Yeah.
what we-
pretty much.
Listen, I mean, that's fine. We all know the truth. That's fine.
Yeah, Joel, my boss, or my colleague Joel's going to see this and be like, "Can't believe you dissed Android users," because he's one too.
Hey,
He's passionate about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Joel.
Yeah.
That's why we're the smartest.
That's right. You guys should be fun.
Right.
Text each other on the Androids.
Right.
Get your green text on away.
You
Blue or nothing. Blue or nothing.
Yeah.
Get out of my group chat.
You
Just
those
keep
guys.
drinking
Yeah.
that. Keep drinking that
Goodness
Kool-Aid. Just keep drinking that Kool-Aid.
Yeah, exactly right. What were we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot.
The fall of Android. I think
Yeah, the fall of Android.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
But no,
It's a fad.
yeah. The idea certainly is like when you go on your phone and you open your app, it's going to look at your face, be like, "Yep, it's you," and then you can use it.
Oh yeah,
So
security.
you don't have to enter. You don't have to enter 15 characters every single time. It requires you to change your password. There is multi-factor authentication. All of that fancy security stuff that we all go through and complain about day after day. We have it.
For sure.
But that obviously we are dealing with very classified and confidential information, social
Right.
security numbers, your address, your phone number, all of those things, how much money you make, all of that kind of stuff. It is a part of our contract as far as confidentiality, and people will request the audits that we do to ensure that our system is secure. So yeah, we go through a lot to ensure that is the case. Obviously, UKG does the same.
Sure. Awesome. No, I think that's it's a great service, and it's not. You're not tied into, like you said, the accountant where they're trying to do everything.
Yeah.
So no, that's well, we've been at it a little over an hour already.
Yeah,
Hard to
that
believe
surprises
that long.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes quick. It goes quick. But is there anything we haven't talked about that you want to make sure we touch on that people know?
Yeah, sure. Well, one thing certainly is SBRG. I've been super grateful for a networking group like that. It realistically is one of the main ways that I will earn business. It's one of the main ways I meet new people. In addition to that, I'm a chamber ambassador. I love the chamber. The chamber's a client of ours. I've been an ambassador for a few years now. And it's as a salesperson, those are the ways that I will try and get business, is by networking with new people. I go in and, I'll reach out to people that I meet and sit down and have coffee with them and just learn about who they are and what they do and see who I can connect them with. I really enjoy the networking aspect of my job. It has allowed me the ability to get to know a lot of really cool people. You had Isaiah on the show, or on the podcast a little while ago, and I had a one to our H&H with him. Maybe in January, and just a breath of fresh air. He's such a cool kid.
Yeah.
And I told him that when we were meeting, I was like, man, to be your age and to have the head on your shoulders that you have, I envy that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really enjoy that aspect of the networking, is sitting down and actually getting to know people. And it makes me feel very good to be able to provide a referral or an introduction between two people that then become either great friends or great referral partners. And it is the main part of what I love about my job. And so I really have to thank both of you for your work with SBRG and everything that you're doing there. So certainly open to answer any questions about that too. The networking side, it's something I've been doing the entirety of my role with Smart HR and now Honkamp Payroll. It's something I plan to continue to do forever.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's I mean, SBR groups, it was a big deal to us. I mean, it really is. I mean, Craig and I, and there's 4 others that really kind of put that together. And so to have you like it, I mean, really, and see the value, that's amazing to me. That's so heartwarming. It really is. I mean,
it's great because sometimes, we in SBRG, we have our front office meetings, and we're thinking about this, we're thinking about that. We kind of sometimes, at least I do. I can't speak for the other 5 guys, but I kind of lose sight. Like, okay, why we do it? Why we're doing it. We had a great conversation this morning in Thursday morning chapter about the differences between us and the other networking groups out there.
Yeah.
And one of the things was, some of the other ones felt a little cliquey, and this does not. At least I've been told that.
Yeah, right.
And which is super important, I think, at least to me. I know to the rest of the other front office as well. That it's not. We want it to be open, and I've heard numerous people from numerous people how you're networking. You are a networking master.
Yes,
you're just.
I've heard that. Yeah, from more than one person.
Talking to everybody you can, which is part of what I wish when I was, when I was 20, I wish I would have known about networking then, I do now. I didn't even know.
Like you said about Isaiah. I mean, he's we look at him at the early 20s. It's like that kid. I don't know where you were at 20 years old.
Yeah.
But that kid is so far ahead of where I was. 20 years old.
Oh
I mean,
my gosh.
I would be in his dust. If we were the same age.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I was working in golf when I was in my 20s, so it's like I was in a completely different realm.
You play golf?
Oh yeah. Golf is my college major is golf enterprise management for the University of Wisconsin South.
Wow.
And so that was my dream. I was going to be either a GM of a club, or once I started working in golf, I realized that maybe I was more fit for like a head golf professional. But your dreams end up maybe not being exactly what you want them to be, especially when those dreams start when you're 18 years old and you don't know any better.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, right. No, 100%. Yeah, golf professionals, or head golf professionals, don't play a lot of golf. Just for your information. Yeah, right. Especially in Minnesota where it snows 6 months of the year.
Right. Yeah, they do not. That's for sure.
Yeah, got out of that at the right time. Yeah. Certainly.
No, that's it. It's cool to see the young guys like Isaiah come out. And to Craig's point, when you're, it's so easy to get buried in the details that you forget the goal. You forget why you're there in the first place. And it is all about the relationships.
Oh my gosh.
I was poking fun at Craig a little bit on Tuesday morning when he wasn't even there, which made it.
That's
a little more.
That never happens like that.
It sounds low, but it was really. Yeah, it was. Well, he's not in our group. He's not in our group.
Well, never mind then. I take it back.
No. So it sounds really low to pick on him when he's not there, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
So it really.
You gotta have some fun.
Well, we had a couple guys from lacrosse who are starting a chapter in lacrosse in just a few weeks, and they came to our meeting last Tuesday, so just over a week ago, and the week before that, I really can't say what happened, but we had 17 people in the room. We're a chapter of 33.
Yeah.
Okay, we had literally half in the room. And the next week we're going to have these guys come from lacrosse to show them how awesome we are.
Yeah.
Right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what happened?
Right.
So I don't harass people, but I made a few phone calls. I'm just like, everything okay? Everything's all right? And talk. Well, then last week came, and it was really cool. There's 32 people in the room. And these guys are like, oh my God, look at this. And so, of course, I had to throw Jim. I was like, I just wish Craig was here to see this.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Course, everybody loves the Tuesday chapter. Right. I know. Hey, Jerry, what chapter are you in? I want to be in your chapter. What?
Well, the cool part is 95% of the people in the room all know Craig.
Oh, yeah.
So I can pick on him when he's not there. And like I said, it seems cruel, but it's fun. So it's kind of offset.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really great. I was so surprised because I've known Jordan Whitcomb a long time.
Yeah.
From back when we used to play basketball at the rack together.
Let's be honest, he's not that good.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
No,
Jordan, yes, you are. Don't let Craig say that to you.
Don't let Craig in your head, Jordan.
Yeah. You're even as good of a basketball player you are, Jordan. You're even a better ref.
Yeah, those that can't play ref.
I didn't say it. But yeah, so I saw Jordan post on whether it was Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever it was, about SBRG, and I was like, Earth, has this been going on for this long? I haven't heard about it. So I went and sat down with Jordan, and he obviously told me all about it. And I mean, I couldn't have joined faster.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was one of those things. I mean, the networking, it works. It's again, it's my favorite part of my job. I'll never forget, like the first time in my role at Smart HR, when they cut me loose after my training to go and go and do it, go sell, make a name for yourself. I was like, I don't know how to do that. What do I do?
Yeah.
And so I remember I went to an AM Espresso, and again, I'll tout the chamber. They do a great job putting on those events. Chamber ambassador, it's super fun. There's a lot of people that are in SBRG that are chamber ambassadors.
Yeah.
We have 5 in our group alone.
Yeah.
So the chamber is awesome, and I met a guy in a blue coat. His name was Dale Covington, and he took me under his wing and he introduced me to a bunch of people at the meeting, and that was my introduction to networking. And now I am lucky enough to follow in Dale's footsteps and literally be able to do that for others. And it's my favorite thing is to walk up to someone who I've never seen before at an event, whether it be SBRG or whether it be the chamber or where have you, and to see someone I've never seen before who's got those lost eyes. It's like, Where am I? As intimidated as you could possibly be, because I remember feeling that way.
Yeah.
And you walk up to him and you say, here's this person, this person, this person, and just start them off on the right foot. Because once they get in, once you start having a conversation with one person, someone else is going to walk up, and it's a snowball effect. And it happened, and I know it happened to me. It happened to me, and it literally is what has led me into this room today, was because the chamber ambassador walked up to me at an AM Espresso and started introducing me to every single person he's ever met. And so shout out to Dale, rest in peace. But yeah, and I'm so happy to be able to do that for others now. And that's more so what I'm trying to do. So again, yes, I am a business consultant for a payroll company. And if you need payroll, I want to be your guy. But even more than that is I want to introduce you to more people that are going to be able to provide your business or yourself or your family some value, because I like, know, and trust them.
Right.
And that's exactly what all of this is about.
Yeah.
Well, we say that, I talk about all the time that the relationships you build, the intangible benefits of that so far outweigh what you see.
Oh my God!
What you can truly recite.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, and it's just being real. It's not about working towards the relationship. Just be you, right? Just be genuine. Let people know. And we talk about that in this podcast all the time. It's like, don't come on here and talk a big spiel and just be, real plastic. Don't be, so fake, because people are going to, hopefully the idea of this is to get you in front of people that you don't know,
right,
that will now be willing to call you going, he seemed like a nice guy and he knew what he was talking about. I think I can work with this guy. I'd like to meet him. Yeah. Because I mean, and especially like with this, it doesn't matter if we have people in other states. This is your business that, like when we had a cleaner on. Yeah. Well, okay, if you're in Ohio listening to this, you're not going to, he's not coming to Ohio to clean your apartment or your business, your office. But you, on the other hand, that's a whole different ballgame.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
For me, if you're listening to this in Boston, you're not going to bring me your car to fix, but that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, so it really is.
This is big, especially as these podcast episodes never go away.
Right.
And as we expand into more and more regions, these podcasts are going to stay there.
Yeah, right.
So potentially these could just get more and more views as time goes on.
Love it.
Even as they age. So, if you're good, I'm gonna call her quits here for tonight.
Totally.
But we need to, before we sign off, how do people find you? If people just see how charismatic you are and I need to meet this guy, I've got to hear this guy's voice in person.
Sure.
How do they do it?
Yeah, there are many ways you can do that.
All right. One at a time. Get your pens out, folks.
Yeah, get your pens out, folks. First and foremost, you can visit Honkamp Payroll's website, honkamppayroll.com. So you'll be able to find my phone number on there.
Yeah,
that's a good point. HONKAMP. Honkamp Payroll. Double P. Honkamp Payroll.
Oh.
So you can go there. Or you can make it much easier. You can go to my LinkedIn page and send me a message on LinkedIn. That's Brennan Erickson. I'm sure the name will be in the podcast title.
Yep.
I don't know. Can I drop my phone number? My direct line for my work? Yeah. 507-780-1191. And then I will get back to you immediately.
Awesome. Because you guys answer your phones.
I answer my phone every time.
I remember that part.
Yep.
That's right.
We answer our phones. That's exactly right.
Any last parting words from Brennan?
No, just thank you both so much for not just what you're doing with the podcast, but what you're doing with SBRG, what you're doing in your own businesses in the community. You guys have been staples for a long time. It's been great getting to know both of you. Obviously, we've each sat down for H&H's. I've enjoyed certainly that. And yeah, looking forward to getting to know you guys better and to just continue my my work with SBRG.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Of course.
Craig, any last
Nope.
wise words of wisdom from
Well,
Craig?
listen, TJ again and Brad.
Shout out TJ and Brad, Josh, Joel, Val, Peter.
All you guys.
You're doing great.
Good job.
Yep.
We can bring you on next time.
Yes.
Yeah, we can have we've got a couple extra
That's
chairs.
true.
So yeah, we can bring a couple more on.
Let's all do it together.
That's right. Awesome. Well, Craig, I think we're going to do this again in like 3 days for Jacob Andrews.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay.
Jake from State Farm.
Jake from State
I
Farm.
hope he wears khakis.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, we better have a red shirt on. I
Yeah.
tell you what, it fit the room.
God, wouldn't that be disappointing?
It will be better.
Well, it's a
He kind of looks like
t-shirt and jeans.
He looks.
Just walk
He
in there.
looks. He looks like he should be working at State Farm.
Yeah.
He's a good kid too.
Yeah.
He's another
I've
one.
only talked to him a couple times. So
Yeah, I've sat down lunch with him a couple times, and he's jumped on the poker thing. So we'll have to chat about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how I kind of go over the way we play.
Yeah.
So it's kind of loopy, but it's a good time.
Sounds wonderful.
Well, like I say, it's more of a networking event than a poker game, but it's a ton of fun. So
Sorry, he usually wins. Weird.
Yeah.
In his house.
I
Interesting.
have not won this year, not a single time.
Mhm.
Not a single time. Nope. I even had to buy in, and I had to buy in last 2 weeks ago.
Wow, okay.
No lie, I had to buy in a second time. I don't know why. I can't remember the last time that happened. But yeah, it's this year's been different. You haven't played in yet this year. This year it's a whole different crew, really, from what we had before, and it's all beginners, and so it's literally just trash talk and networking and having fun, and it's been just a hoot. And so next thing you know, I'm broke. It's just it's literally every week this year it's been that way.
I gotta get on the gym soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I would thrive in that environment.
It's fun. It's fun.
I love playing cards.
We had an SBR member, a new first timer, last week, and his first two hands, he was like almost all in on the first two hands, like just right after the flop kind of thing. And we're all just kind of looking around because we're all just talking trash. We're $25 bet kind of thing, and next thing you know, we got $250 and the second hand. And it's like, and I was like, well, Tim plays a little more aggressive than the rest of us. And he just kind of looks at me. He's like, but that very next hand, same thing. And then as soon as he said it, he lets go of his chips and he looks at me. He's like, sorry. I'm like, no, just play your game, man. Play your game. We're all here for fun. But it's a hoot. It's a hoot. And like I say, it's Marty McQuiston.
Oh yeah.
If you know Marty,
I do. Focal point.
Yep. He came in about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Was his first game.
Yeah, cool.
And he walked out within a matter of about 6 days after the poker game. He has 2 clients that were here that night.
Wow.
They're clients now, I should say.
Yeah, right.
And so he told me, he says, I can afford those poker games quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit. Great. There's another guy. Just great human being. This is really kind of almost turning like to an SBR group.
Yeah, right.
Poker night. It's
just so cool.
But yeah, like you say, it was so much less about the cards than it was about the chatter and now Steve Boyd, another friend of mine, not an SBR at all. He's an insurance adjuster.
Okay.
And so he comes in and plays, and it was funny. Saturday night last week, we get done, and he said, I don't really have a reason to join the SBR group. It's not really a thing because he's an adjuster. He doesn't need to sell anything. But he said, if this is what you guys do, if these are the conversations you guys have on a weekly basis, he said, I love this.
Yeah.
Just to hear the business and talking business and really, like I said, we throw a little trash talk in the middle of it, but for the most part, we're talking business theory and experiences and what you did, and and he was just like, this is because Steve's been playing for 2 or 3, 4 years with us, and he goes, this is just a different feel this year. I'm like, it is a little different crowd.
I didn't really get different guys. So.
Well,
I never paid attention really who's in there, who said that.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. So I guess we're in the podcast. What the heck? We'll continue this for a minute. The way we do it, I set up a Facebook Messenger group called Poker Room.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in it, I'll add you to it. And then what I do is when I decide we're going to have a poker night Saturday night, somewhere during the week, I just put out there, poker 6:00 on Saturday.
Yeah.
And of course, if I'm having it, I'm going to play.
Right.
So then if you say, so the first, we have room here, because I don't take this away. So we have room for 7 people comfortably. So then if you say, yeah, I'm in, then I put down, I'll go, that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Craig's like, I'm in, that's 3.
Yeah.
When we get to 7, I'm like, that's 7, boys. She's done.
Yeah.
So if you haven't said anything, you're not coming.
Right.
So we have room for 7, and I'm one.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So that's how we do it. So it's kind of a first come, first serve. But there's got to be 25, 26
There's a lot of
guys.
people in the
I would say please come again there.
Yeah,
whenever me and my friends get together for poker game, and this is not a shot at all of you who come play my poker game.
I hear it coming. Here it comes.
But
there it is.
I'm the host. It's at my house.
That's right.
Which I love. Please keep coming. But yeah, like I would absolutely love to be on that. It sounds amazing. Yep.
Awesome. We'll do that. Well, cool. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's episode. We'll be speaking with Jake from State Farm the next round. And guys, give Brennan a shout.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we've gotten to know each other a little bit. Again, I just can't say enough. Great human being. So give him a shot. Give his company a shot. I don't know anybody at the company, but that'll probably change as time goes on.
I sure will.
I feel like I know TJ.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll call him just to see if he answers.
Yeah,
I am going to call him. Where's TJ at? I got an issue.
He'll answer.
Have you watched the podcast episode yet?
Yeah. Right. TJ, you're a star.
That's right. All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. Awesome. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks,
Brennan, thanks again, Craig.
Yeah,
as always.